you like a Hellcat.
Before we get started, I have a favor. If you enjoy my content and want to see me continue to improve in both quality and size, please check out my Patreon linked in the description. Any amount helps and it is greatly appreciated. There are so many rewards for each level of donation, so go check it out. Now back to the video. Hey everyone, this is Matthew Mildevinger. Welcome to another video. I'm a bit late to this, mainly because I didn't realize that this was happening. I haven't been keeping up with Siege news recently. I've just been really busy. Busy is perfect. Busy for the past couple days. But so this is the mid-season patch, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually not sure how many patches there are per season. It's like 4 or 5. I don't remember how many though. I honestly don't. Or 3 or 4. I honestly don't remember how many there are. I think this is the mid-season or the patch before the mid-season patch. There's not really that many like big changes in this patch. It's mainly bug fixes. They're updating the surrender feature and fixing bugs with attacker defender side, assignment bias, as well as various other bugs. This patch is scheduled to deploy to PC the 8th, which was 3 days ago, and soon after the console. And there also have been additional changes put on the test server that aren't in these patch notes, which I'll also cover in this video. So, surrender now has to be a unanimous vote rather than a majority vote, which I didn't understand why it was any otherwise ever. I've never had a team that's had to surrender. My team. The other team has had to surrender before. My team has never had to surrender before, so I had no idea. Surrender feature is now available if the team is currently losing a round. Now only available. Okay, if the team is currently losing in rounds. So that I guess that makes sense. I don't know why it would have been otherwise. And surrender is only available if you only available starting with the 3rd round. Because of course you can't really be losing until you have 2 rounds up on the board. Because if you lost the 1st round, you can't just leave the 2nd round because you don't know if you're gonna lose it. So yeah, I agree with that. Reverse friendly fire in hostage mode only. They have devolved the hostage again. Anyone who detonates the Vulcan shield is now responsible for any explosive damage it does once the hostage is picked up. Prior to the hostage being picked up, Goyo is still responsible. Which means that, like, if Goyo places a shield, a attacker comes, picks up the hostage, places it next to the Vulcan shield, shoots the Vulcan shield. It's currently on live is Goyo's fault. But on the test server, it will now be the attacker's fault. So like you can't just get sabotaged because you're the last man standing trying to escort the hostage out, and so you sabotage the defenders by blowing the hostage to death. So yeah, I agree with that fix. I agree there still could be some tweaking to it. I don't think if somebody else shoots the Vulcan shield, it should affect Goyo. I think no matter what the situation is, whoever kills the hostage, whoever shoots the Vulcan shield to kill the hostage is the one that's responsible. Now some bug fixes. They fixed an issue where the attacker's side logic bias during the lobby creation. Basically where the attackers usually had their side favored, I believe is how it was. Whenever, like, the first person load in would always end up on the attacker side. But now it's completely random. Users are able to vault over an operator with an extended shield if that operator stays between the player and a vault prompt. That's an interesting one. Player can get stuck in the leaning position after ADSing when lean to hold is on. Lean to hold. Interesting. See, of course, console players don't have to deal with that because we can't lean unless we're scoping. So that wasn't a problem for us. Defenders can keep using their camera when Logic Bomb is activated. So that's a fixed bug that no longer happens. Players sometimes do not receive a matchmaking penalty if they cancel right as the match is beginning, which I don't see how that bug could have been avoided. Diffusers, or how that bug is caused in the first place. Like, I don't see how people avoided that. Diffuser can sometimes disappear if the attacker is killed immediately after it's secured. This has happened to me. It has specifically happened. I've never seen this ever happen, but it has happened to me. So, yeah. It was an interesting situation. My teammates were mad at me because they didn't know what to do with the diffuser. I'm like, I didn't do anything with it. It just vanished. Alibi, fixed Prisma animation outline. Alibi's Prisma animation outline remains after player collides with it. So basically, like, the outline stays while the hologram isn't. It's a weird thing. Fixed Ash's breaching. Round is not destroyed when used on barbed wire with an activated. So basically, it wasn't destroyed by electricity like it was supposed to be. Fixed with Goyo. Goyo can complete deployment of his Vulcan shield before gauge bar has completed. So, like, it's placed before the, like, full animation or the full data transfer has done. So, it just makes it more consistent with it placing. Because people would, like, accidentally cancel it because they thought it was done. Goyo's Vulcan shield clips with operators when forcing collision with the shields while prone between the shield and other prop walls. So basically, players clipping through Vulcan shield is fixed. Habana, replication of Habana's X-Cairo destruction pattern is now, it is inconsistent between clients. It's now consistent. Kaid, the electricity VFX disappears when the reinforced wall on which Kaid's Rutala is deployed is is shot at. Basically, if his gadget is still active, it would sometimes not be producing or not be visibly producing electricity. Like say you put it on a ceiling hatch, and part of that hatch gets X-Cairoed. The remaining hatch would still be like, if like it somehow worked like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the logic of it, but yeah. I don't really know exactly what was wrong. I can't really explain it because I know my explanation actually is not true. Fixed with Maestro. Maestro's turret movement sound effects remains for users that are still spectating his camera after he leaves it. Yeah, I experienced that glitch a lot. I'm not sure what causes it, but I experienced it a lot. Maestro's Evil Eye will sometimes shift positions if another player is moving and spectating another camera and suddenly switches to Evil Eye. I've never seen that happen. People were able to ADS non-ADS whenever Monty's shield was out, so good thing that was fixed. There was a similar thing wrong with Clash, I think is what it was. I don't remember. I think that's exactly what was wrong with Clash. Like, they were still able to do stuff with the shield being up when they weren't supposed to be. Mozzie's drone sound effect remains after being destroyed. I haven't heard that before. And then there's just a bunch of map stuff and user experience. So that's all the base patch notes. But there is a small Jackal rework that has just happened. There's also been ranked and unranked games just randomly crashing. That's resolved now, so it's a go. Jackal is having a few small changes, basically a small rework. We're aiming to make the information Jackal can get more effective and nuanced, but increase the emphasis on cost-reward decision-making when Jackal decides how to use the information. The number of pings Jackal receives from a scan now depends on the age of the footprint. When Inox is active, the color and the highlight around the target print will depict the age of the print. Highlighting and scanning the colored print will return a varying number of pings based on age. Red prints are the the youngest ones, less than 15 seconds old. They give you 5 pings. Yellow, next age range, 16 to 30 seconds old. 4 pings. Green is 31 to 60 seconds old, which is 3 pings. And blue is 61 to 90 seconds old, 2 pings. This is very similar to Get Flank's suggestion. I think he suggested that like from the prep phase, footprints wouldn't work or something like that. Or he had a couple suggestions. I think he'll like this suggestion. I don't think I've seen him do a video on it quite yet. I'm not sure if he knows about it yet, or if he has. I just have missed the video. So yeah, once the scan has completed, Jackal has to decide between keeping the information to himself or sharing it with his team. If he chooses to keep the information to himself, he'll be able to track the footsteps and trail of the scanned operator without using his scan. If he chooses to share his information to his teammates, he and his teammates will receive the pings of the enemies, and the footprints will disappear after the scan. So basically, he can track them without sending out the information, and not use one of his scans, which is an interesting thing. I do want to kind of test it out. I gotta wait for Jerky to get online. I might do a video on that later. Jackal can no longer either see your scan prints from below, so like you can't break through a roof hatch and see the footprints on the floor below him. I mean, I guess it's a good change. I don't really like it though. It replaces Jackal's breach charge with a claymore. I guess that works a little better. Just so he can prevent people from coming around because people knowing where he would be to track them, sort of situation. They added a highlighted VFX to indicate which footprints are being scanned, added a scanning in progress bar. So, yeah. There's also some minor bug fixes, like Blackbeard's shield clipping through his body when equipping while leaning. Ooh, that's an interesting one. I didn't know you could equip that while leaning. Players can use third-party hacks to change their other players' operators. That is a weird one. That is really weird. How does that even work? I don't see how you could hack someone else's game. That's weird. The links people go to get themselves an advantage. That'd be hilarious. If someone went to change an operator of somebody and ended up changing the person to the operator that they are actually even better at, that would be hilarious. That would be absolute karma. But yeah, so there's just a couple of changes, a couple of bug fixes after that. So yeah, I thought I saw something about a Kaid and a Kaid buff and a Twitch nerf somewhere. But I have not been able to refine those, so that's all I have so far. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Go follow me on all my socials. Keep it day with me on the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Matt the Emerald Avenger. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace out.